to click like, subscribe, the bell notification, and whatever else YouTube has you clicking on to support us.
10号誕生仮面ライダー全員集合
What's up, everyone? I'm the Kaiji no Kami from the Toku Animation News Network. Today I'm taking a look at the 1984 Kamen Rider special. A 10th rider appears. Kamen Rider, all riders assemble. Also known as Kamen Rider Zcross. After Super 1, Kamen Rider had gone on another hiatus from television until a special aired in January of 1984 with the hopes of reviving the series. This new adventure would act as a recap of all the series that came before while introducing audiences to a new Kamen Rider named Zcross, who had previously appeared in a manga. Unfortunately, this special underperformed, keeping Kamen Rider off the airwaves for another few years. Nevertheless, Zcross is just as important as the full-length Kamen Rider series, as Zcross would become a prominent hero in the franchise, appearing in a multitude of adventures over the next several decades. Did Zcross deserve better? Watch to find out. The characters and plot. This special is a mix of recapping what had happened in the past along with telling an entirely new story. And honestly, it's a bit overkill. The first 5 minutes of this 45-minute adventure does a synopsis of each Rider series, showing us who the Kamen Riders are.
ショッカーによって改造手術された仮面ライダー1号、ジャンプ力とキック力に優れ、ライダー1号、2号のエネルギーを受けて誕生した仮面ライダー V3、オオトカゲの能力を持つ仮面ライダーアマゾン。
Then a little way into the story, the main villain explains who the villains of each show were.
ショッカー、ベルショッカー、デストロン、ゴッド、ベドン、ガランダー帝国、ブラックサタン、エルザー軍団、ネオショッカー、ドグマ、ジンドグマ。
20 minutes later, V3, Riderman, and Super 1 show a videotape to Zcross also explaining who the previous Kamen Riders are. It was too much, as if the story needed to fill in airtime.
見てくれ。本郷武史、仮面ライダー1号だ。筑波博士、スカイライダーだ。ただ一人空を飛べる仮面ライダー。次は沖和也。スーパーワンだ。深い海や宇宙空間にも耐える能力を持っている。
Also, where did Shiro get a videotape of all those Kamen Rider fights? Like, who was recording these? And where were they when these battles were occurring? Anyway, our main protagonist is Ryo Murasame, played by Shun Sagata.
Shun! Zcross!
Sagata would go on to be Tatawaki or Bill Goldie in Jan person.
正直言って驚きました。俺と同じ境遇に刺された人間が9人もいるなんて。
君と同じ悲しみや苦しみを持っている。
At the sort of start of this special, Ryo and his sister Shizuka are flying in a plane searching for UFOs. They are attacked by the culprits behind them, an evil organization called Badon.
その時、突如現れた UFO の目もくらむ強烈な光を浴び、体温波と光の激痛に気を失った。
Shizuka is killed while Ryo is cyberized by Badon scientists into a red and silver grasshopper-like being. At some point, Ryo regained his memories and befriended a scientist named Dr. Kaido and his assistant Rumi. From that moment forth, Ryo declared war against Badon.
あなたはバダーの巨大な組織にたった一人でどうやって戦うつもりなの？
俺はやる。必ずやってやる。
He is quick to anger, attacking anyone he feels might be related to Badon without knowing all of the facts, as he did when he attacked other riders at one point in this special.
本当無用！や！
待てゼクロス、話がある。
バダンのその手には乗らん。
バダンだ。勘違いするな。
うさい。
One thing I do not like is how this entire plot is exposited to us within the first few minutes of the special, acting like it was something that occurred in a full-blown series. As such, it comes across rushed and messy. Cutting down on recapping the series 3 times over would have allowed this to be paced better. Also, apparently the Zcross design is meant to be based on a ninja, hence his last name being Murasame, but I really just don't see the ninja motif in it. In fact, I think Kamen Rider Zcross has the ugliest design of the Showa era. It might even be the most dreadful looking suit until Xaid. The story revolves around Badon using a group of scientists to build a super weapon called the Space Brake System. The Space Brake System fires a beam into the sky that creates a horrifying electrical storm that disintegrates anything it touches, from buildings to people. Badon is under the control of Ambassador Darkness, who looks a lot like Ambassador Hell from the original show. Somehow, Ambassador Hell returned.
Wait, do we believe this?
地獄大使だとあんな奴と一緒にするな
He has the scientists killed when they try to escape and goes forth with his plan of world domination. For being a special, I am pretty impressed with the amount of new monsters being used in this thing. The most notable is Tigeroid, who apparently became friends with Ryo during his time as a Badon soldier and acts as a rival.
行くぞ
タイガーロイドの連射は0コンマ7秒
However, I really like the designs of Roseroid and Hellroid the most.
Kamen Rider.
The skull on Hellroid's chest is quite impressive. Moving on, Badon is transferring to Japan a special element called Badonium-84 that is used to power the Space Brake System, which the other Kamen Riders get wind of and try to stop their plans. Ryo learns about these riders, becoming Kamen Rider 10.
俺は仮面ライダー10号
You can pretty much guess where things go from here. A big battle occurs, Dr. Kaido and Rumi are captured because Kamen Rider, and the special kinda ends with the expectation that more was to follow, even though we know that was not to be the case. Overall, it wasn't bad by any means, but I really think having to recap the previous Rider series 3 times over was quite unnecessary. Doing it once at the beginning would have sufficed, so they could have spent a bit more time developing Ryo. The effects and music. The effects and music are fine, but could have been better. There is some cool camera work going on during the big fight at the dam. Really, dude? I'm not the one ripping off their fans. Ultimately, this special just feels empty compared to what Toei was doing at the time with Sentai and Metal Heroes. The music is pretty much recycled from Kikuchi's library of Kamen Rider tracks.
有機同期は D 地区だ。他の6人ライダーはすでにスタンバイしている。
バダンの輸送部隊は何と
通信するで
The opening theme, Dragon Road, is sung by Akira Kushida, who is most notable for doing the Space Shiro themes. It's an okay song, though not even close to Kamen Rider's best. The ending is just Masato Shimen's Let's Go Rider kick.
Kamen Rider, Kamen Rider, Rider, Rider.
It's saddening to say Toei really went on the cheap for this special, but it kind of makes sense when there were only 45 minutes of content to be had. Kamen Rider Zcross's outing was nothing to write home about. It's kind of this like weird in-between of 2 adventures that kind of just exists. Nothing relevant happens, and yet it piggybacks off of what came before, creating a somewhat enjoyable experience. It's something that die-hard Kamen Rider fans should definitely check out, and with it only being 45 minutes, it's not like you're putting that much investment into it. And with that said, I have now completed the Showa era of Kamen Rider. Until next time, bye.